and we are off with another one. And the big difference for me, apart from having a fucked up exposure, is that now I'm fed and no longer feeling like I'm going to faint, so I can resume my filming marathon. So in this installment I have one of my usual pet peeves, but this time around it's again revolving around the subject of, let's say, refereeing rules and approaches. So it's not something super big or detrimental to the sport, like, talking about fouls or whatever, but it's something that I never understood why it was not, let's say, properly or more properly addressed. So when it comes to WAF, and again, the little experience that I have as a referee is in WAF, so I at least have the practical experience here. But also, since I know a little bit of the rules in WoW just by watching all of these WoW matches on YouTube and whatever, I see that there's pretty much, the rules are very different. Also in with respect to the topic that I'm going to address today, but although they're very different, they're very similar in what annoys me. And now that the ramble is over, let me tell you what I actually want to discuss about. When you're gripping, especially in, precisely in the set grip, when, as you know, the opponents have to stay still, not move, not pull, whatever. In WoW, from what I've seen, it kind of goes like close your thumbs, then close your hands, which to me is very strange, because there's a similar thing happening in WAF. In WAF, I think it is better because it's already one step ahead in terms of this problem that I'll show immediately, but still it's not perfect. Here's the thing: when people grip, there are two types of choices. One is having your thumb over your fingers and your finger knuckles, and the other one is the opposite, where you're actually going below and you're trapping your finger and your thumb, and mine just popped. Nice addition to the video. So you can either be like this or like this. That's why we say up or down. Actually, we're not saying it, we're asking it. So in WAF, whenever the competitors are being set in a set grip, we're asking each and every one of them, and we're asking verbally, and also we're gesturing. So we're saying, do you want up or down? And the guy obviously says one or the other. But this is the good part in WAF. The bad part, and I don't want to say it's a wrong thing in the rule book, because in the rule book it doesn't specifically say, and that's the issue here. In the rule book, it is said that we have to ask the guys for their preference, and then it is assumed that we will do things accordingly. But when it comes to the order of how we close the thumb versus the fingers, it is said only like halfway. We are just saying that we are closing the thumbs, and then we are closing the fingers, and obviously you're first closing one guy and then the other. But still, here's the similarity with what I said in WoW. It's kind of like fingers, thumbs, or close your thumbs and then close your hand, which is the other fingers. That's in WoW. Again, in WAF, we're asking for the guy, and everyone is assuming that if one of them wants to be the opposite, we will probably adjust, but in the rule book it still says that we are closing the thumbs, and then uh, you know, turn by turn we're closing the hands. Here's the problem. If you want to be like this, what makes sense? Obviously it makes sense to first close your thumb and then to close your hand, because now you've entrapped your thumb. So as you can see here, bum, bum. But if you want to be like this, being in a referee's grip, and if the referee does not pay attention or he didn't think about this topic beforehand, and he knows that he has to ask, but then again he's stuck in the routine way of just closing the thumbs and then one hand and then the other hand, it is very hard, because once the thumb is down, if you want to be like this, you would somehow need to again lift your thumb to make way for the hand to close, which would be a no-no for many reasons, including the fact that you're reopening, which means that you're moving in the referee's grip. So I know personally that this confusion is, let's say, real in the sense that it is not stated explicitly to do the opposite if one of the competitors wants to be up versus down. And during our own internal trainings that we did and seminars and lessons and stuff like that, at one point I asked, and all of the master referees and whatever, all of those guys that were helping with the courses and they were teaching us and whatever, they immediately agreed, and they already knew what I was going to ask before I even finished the question, which to me says that, first of all, yes, I'm right, and also second of all, yes, I'm right in the fact that this is a known issue, just judging by their reaction. And yes, for me at least, they did confirm that when you have different types of requests from the competitors, up versus down, obviously if you're closing the thumb first and the fingers of the hand, the hand itself, later you'll be down. If you want to be up, you have to first close the hand and then close the thumb. Again, it's not a big issue probably, because most of the referees are probably very experienced and they know about this, but let's say I still have like a remaining issue with the fact that it's very interpretable, and it doesn't specifically say it in the rule book, and unless you kind of have some mental training to visualize all of these scenarios as an up-and-coming referee, you are risking to do the correct things of asking the competitors and then proceeding with the standard thumb hand, which would make a mess at the scene, because the competitor would be like, what the fuck, I just told you I want down and you're putting me up, or whatever, or vice versa. And that would stress you. That would probably make you feel like you're embarrassed and unprepared. And it's better to be prepared for these things beforehand, so that you know how to deal with them, versus just being put on the spot right there and having this problem happen for the very first time for you in a match, for you as a referee, So that's why personally I'm always trying to think of all of these different weird scenarios and to find these loopholes and take mental notes for myself. So let's say WAF, I have this minor complaint, but overall it's good that we're asking, because that's what kind of also triggered my whole train of thought. So we are halfway there. It's good, even 100% there if you know what you're doing and you're able to fill the gaps by yourself. But in WoW, there's something that I do not understand, because I always heard Bart Wood and all of the other guys, I always hear close your thumbs, close your hands, go, ready to go. So not only do you have like this thing that's happening super fast, and a lot of times it's kind of happening simultaneously. Versus like in WAF, we are very precise in one guy first, the other guy second. Here I see it's kind of like a mix in WoW. Sometimes it's just like in WAF, one guy first, one guy second. Another time I see that they're both wrapping around each other's hand at the same time, and the whole thing is very fast-paced. But obviously, I'm not that much of a connoisseur of all of the intricacies in the WoW rulebook. So, for any of you guys out there who might be knowing more about these things than I'm familiar with, if you know more than I do, please let me know in the comment section below. First of all, in general, have you ever thought of this? Or you just don't care because you're not interested in any refereeing aspects? You're just a competitor, but I would disagree because mostly for a competitor, this is something that you really have to pay attention to. So you cannot just say, I don't care about the refereeing rules. All I care about is pulling, because at the end of the day, it's going to work for you or against you. So let me know what you think. Have you ever thought of this? Have you experienced this yourself? In case you've refereed matches, or you're actually a referee, or doesn't matter. What is your opinion about this? Even if you haven't thought about this yet, now that you were made aware, hopefully with my video, let me know what you're thinking and what your opinion is. And yes, back to the WoW thing. If you happen to know more, let me know. How is it in WoW? How do you guys fix the issue where one guy might want to be like this versus the other guy wanting to be like this? How's the hand closure or closing succession getting triggered? Are there variations, or is it always the same, which puts, let's say, one guy at a disadvantage if he would prefer another set of grip position? So yeah, it's things like these. So let me know what you guys think. Like it if you did, unlike it if you did unlike it, but just do it twice, like I always say. Subscribe, unsubscribe, although I doubt it, because there's not too many people subscribe, about 5 at this point. So yeah, hate, troll, comment, just as long as we're engaging. I love you guys. So yeah, until next time, see you. I'm out, and hopefully this presented some interest for those of you who are interested in these aspects. So my rant is on. Next time.